Hey guys! Now you're probably watching this and wondering what this is on the screen. This is actually the secondary menu that you get when you pop in an SD card, or in my case a USB flash drive that has all the ROMs that you downloaded through the various emulation sites out there. And what you also may notice is they have imagery inside the boxes. Basically, long story short, as I took the advice on how to add the ROMs to my USB drive or SD card, as well as I took the advice on how to add imagery to the menu, to those ROMs, to make them look more presentable. Now, as you're watching this menu scroll down, and if you want to pause it, go ahead so you can look at the menu better and what's on there, you'll notice that there are 4 blank areas. The reason there are 4 blank areas is because 4 of them, the 4 blank ones, are not workable, but the ones that come before them or after them are. For example, when you if you pause around the time you see the row that says League, that has a file at the end of it that says League on it, that right there is the ROM file for the Japanese version of Ninja Baseball Batman. Now below it in the other row, you'll see the 2 blank spots that have no imagery, but they'll have the file name for the Ninja Baseball Batman Australian and US versions. However, those are not workable, and even if you think, hey, I could take them out and the game will still play, it won't. It will not play. You need those files, believe it or not, that are blank, that have no imagery in the boxes, that are below it. You need those files to play the Japanese version of Ninja Baseball Batman. Now, as you watch the menu scroll down even further and you want to pause as you get towards like almost the first half of the menu, you'll notice that when you look at the files that say WWF WFest and WWF WFestU, you'll notice that they too are also blank, but then the one next to them called WWF WFest A has the WrestleFest logo in it. The same thing applies to that. Basically, you need the 2 files before it, I should say, that are blank to play WrestleFest, the WrestleFest A file for the game. You need those 2 files to complete it, because without them, it won't be playable. The same thing for the Ghostbuster files. If you go back up, you can't go back up, but if you kind of rewind the video or go back on the video, you'll notice that in the section before the Ninja Baseball Batman Japanese ROM file with the image, or in the same row I should say, you'll notice that there are 2 Ghostbuster files for the real Ghostbusters arcade. One is Ghost B and one is Ghost B3. You need both those, or at least the Ghost B file, to play the Ghost B3 file of the real Ghostbusters game arcade. I know this all sounds strange and everything and weird. Basically what I'm saying is, I know it all sounds strange and confusing and weird to hear that you have to have all that to play just one game. But in my opinion, I think what happened is the people that, downloaded or uploaded these files onto these emulation sites didn't put them all correctly in one folder where they could be playable without having to use multiple sources. They instead split them apart. Or what they did by confusion is they mixed up the ROM files for the ROM into different areas or something like that. That's the only thing I can think of. Now, as you watch this menu continue to scroll a little bit, you'll also notice some other games are on there as well. Like you'll notice there are several Sailor Moon games. There's one in the basically what's known as the arcade area, which is above. And there's some in basically what's known as the console area, like the SNES, Genesis, NES section. You'll notice that there are some Sailor Moon games. And you're probably wondering, wait a minute, Sailor Moon had a game on the Super Nintendo? Yeah, she did. She had a game on the Super Nintendo, which was really surprising to me. And a lot of them are basically, believe it or not, a majority of them are beat-em-ups, and one of them is a tournament fighter. So that's pretty cool. There are other games as well, like there are some Mobile Suit Gundam games I wasn't even aware of, but they're there. And there are a few others as well. In fact, some of them I just downloaded thanks to GameSack in their recent video they did on the Sega Ages games for the Sega CD. And I was able to download Outrun, Afterburner, a few others, and they are playable. Now, again, as I've repeated before, some of the ROMs that you will get, they will be registered, but they won't play. It's like they'll get to a certain part after, you know, all the ROMs have been read, but they won't, you know, move any further. You won't get the menu or anything. So that's unfortunate. But the silver lining is if you can get a console version of it, that works too. But anyway, though, guys, I know this has gone just a bit longer than it should, but I just wanted to come on here, let you see the games I currently have on my USB drive that I that I put into the USB Player 2 port on the Super Retrocade. I just wanted to show you the games that I have, and if I do an updated video down the line, I will. I probably will. Anyway, but just wanted to show you some of the games I currently have. So let me know what you all think down below. Again, I know this went a little longer than it should, but take care, God bless, and thank you all for listening, and I'm out.